Hello guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to the very first video and flight on the channel. So yeah, if you're seeing this video, it is the very first one of hopefully many to come. But yeah, this is the start of this channel, and this is the very first flight on this one, and we are currently on the ground in Geneva, if you can't tell already. And we are taking a Iberia A321 from Geneva back to Madrid, back to its home base. So we're flying Iberia 616, I'm fairly sure. It's from Geneva to Madrid. Thought I'd start the first video from Geneva. I used to live there, and I think this is one of the nicest sceneries in the sim. So I do enjoy flying in and out of here as often as possible. So yeah, I thought it was a nice start. I feel like the A321's a nice plane to fly. You know, Iberia's got a nice livery. I did grab a special livery for this flight as well, which is El Salvador Surf City livery. I'm not quite sure if this one's still up and running, but we're using it today. I'll definitely dive for a special livery any day of the week. So yeah, this is the flight for today. It's definitely a nice scenery, as I said before. I can tell you right now from my experience that is bang on identical. I mean, down to the last details. I mean, they've even got the cafes at the back here. It's absolutely insane. We can take a look later if the boarding takes too long, but I doubt it will. So yeah, that's the flight from the outside. Let's head into the cockpit of the A321. Okay, here we are as the boarding commences, and the first thing you notice is the displays are a little bit different. I actually downloaded a really cool livery where it has the old school one, so if anyone's seen like old videos of A321s, you'll know that these are completely different displays. They're more square nowadays, they're more digital and less deep. As you can see, they're more deep into the kind of the material here. I thought it's a really cool setup that we have here. See if it helps me land or makes my landings worse. I doubt it will, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll go straight to the overhead panel. We'll just turn all the fuel pumps on. Make sure the emergency lights are on, no smoking lights come on, seatbelt signs can be on later. You can get the APU starting as well, just because we'll be setting up not that many passengers. I think we're only 140, so we'll just be setting up and then we'll be out of here. Cruise supply can come on, and then I'll get the IRSs to start aligning. I've already done the import flight from SimBrief here, so as you see, Iberia 616 from Geneva to Madrid. No motor available is interesting. There we go. So we have 1021. Something I always like to do in the Fenix is just make sure these are linked. So turn this to 1021, they'll go together. If not, I literally always forget. So yeah, next step we can go to MCDU, just put in our flight plan, so IBE 616 that'll be, and we'll go ahead and request that and wait for that to come through. There you go, it's come through. So now I'm just going to load up SimBrief, make sure I can get my load sheet up here. So we're going to go just here to our load sheet, and we see our cost index of 5 cruising at 370. I don't think we'll take the step climb. I don't really think it's necessary, so I'm just going to skip over it. We should be okay to skip over it anyways. Next step, we'll go and get our fuel details. Go to our AOC menu, get our receive message with our load sheet, which isn't in yet, which we can do from here. That should load in just a second. Alright, we got it now. So it came through 62.7 for our 0 fuel rate, and our 0 fuel rate center of gravity is going to be 25.1. So our fuel on board today is 7.9 for the block fuel, 7.9 tons or 7,900 kilograms, however you'd like to phrase it. And now we'll go to the flight plan. So we're departing today off of runway 22, which is not the scenic departure out of Geneva, but I feel like any departure out of Geneva is scenic regardless. We'll be taking the Depol 1 Alpha departure. So that's set there, and into Madrid we'll be taking ILS 32, right? I think it'll be ILS Whiskey if I'm not mistaken. That's right here, ILS Whiskey, and we're taking the Teresa 3 Zulu in for Madrid. Right there, and then we'll be going via Route B as well, just for the transition to the ILS. So that's alright, we'll check through the flight plan for any discontinuities. Doubt there will be any, but you never know with these flight plans. That's okay, I think the boarding is still going through. What I'm going to do is just make sure this is at 370. Next step here, what we're going to do is go ahead, just make sure this is on performance page. Go grab our takeoff data from the EFB right here. So we're going to sync all of this. We have a takeoff weight of 70.4 tons. Our center of gravity 24.6, 1021, 28 degrees, 190 at 06, which is very calm. winds, nothing to worry about really. Go ahead and calculate that. So flap 2 departure, trim's going to be up 1, flex temperature 56, V1 158, rotate 160, V2 also at 160. Transition is at 7,000, which is normal for most airports in Europe. So I'm going to send that straight to MCDU, which is a feature I do like. A lot of planes don't have that flight sim to send straight to MCDU, but it's nice, just swift to get it all over there in one go. Alright, that's the setup done. We'll wait for the IRS to align. Oh, well, something we can do in the meantime as well is make sure our TCAS is on, even though we're flying offline right now. In the future, I will end up doing a couple flights in VATSIM for sure, but this one, just to start, will be offline. So wait for the IRS to align, rest of the passengers to board, and then we should be ready to get on our way. Okay, that is boarding complete. We just got the ding from the cabin that is boarding everything ready to go. So we're all good out here. We're going to go ahead and use another one of the cool features on Fenix with GSX. All we have to do for pushback is just turn on the beacon light and we should be good to go. So we should have the, there you go, departure clearance requested straight away. It's really, really handy. Makes everything more swift really when you're just getting ready to go. You can go out really quickly. Since the beacon light on, we should be ready for push and start. Actually, with that, what we can do as well is finally turn on seatbelt signs. There you go. Now we're fully ready for departure. There you go. Okay, ready for push and start. So we'll continue on our pushback direction. So runway 22, we're going to be on taxiway inner, which is the only one we can select. I think there's a selection to go full back, but I think it's just better to be on taxiway inner facing north for 22. So we'll go and select that. And then there we go. So we'll release parking brakes and we'll be on our way. Alright, on our way finally, so we can hit the chrono button and then we'll start the engines momentarily. There we go, we'll just hit the turn now. So, engine selector mode is going to go to ignition or start, and then we'll start engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you, as we are about to demonstrate the safety features aboard our Airbus A321. Thank you. Welcome aboard our A321. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew in the ground. Please set parking brakes.
Alright, parking brakes set. Aircraft can be lowered down here. There you go, we have engine 2 available, so we should be good to go ahead and start engine 1 on that. There goes the engine starting up. Just make sure that M1's coming up nice and smooth, which it is, to match the same figures as N2, which is all going up nice and easy. There you go, perfect. That one's available as well. So we'll go ahead and check our flight controls next. Just on the indicator here, so we'll go full right. We'll go full left. Alright, so we'll go full up as well on the elevators, full down, and left rudder, and right rudder. It's looking good to me. So, as we said for our departure setting, we're going to be flaps 2. So we'll set flaps 2, and then the trim is going to be up 1. So we're going to keep pushing this trim up until we reach 1. That should be set.
Further information regarding your safety on board.
There you go, you can see your flaps 2 configuration there.
We hope.
Alright, just waiting for the clearance from the ground crew, which I think we do have already. Yeah, they're all the way back there, so I think we're good to go. So we'll get the taxi lights on. It's going to be a fairly easy taxi today. Just essentially straight, take a left, and then keep going down straight. Parking brakes come off, APU can come off as well now that the engines are fully powering the aircraft. There you go, there's the parking brake off. Add a little bit of thrust, and we'll be on our way. Alright, so one thing I did forget to do as we taxi here via Alta and Alpha is to show you guys the departure for today, well, the charts for it. If my editing is good enough, or if I remember how to edit, it should pop up on the screen now. Boom. So this is the departure for today, the Depol 1 Alpha, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes, Depol 1 Alpha. So we depart straight out, heading of 233 after just the initial departure. So it's 223, then right turn to 233. As soon as you get to Argus, if cleared, which we're going to clear ourselves because we're offline, so we're going to be at or above 150 by then. I reckon I'll have autopilot on, so I'm going to trust that autopilot will climb that quick. And then by Depol, it's the same at or above 150. So essentially, it's just a small right turn on departure past the Passierie VOR. After that, it's just straight up through 13150 and straight up to cruise, so it's fairly simple. Pretty easy departure. So we'll continue here on Alta all the way to holding point runway 22, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, here we are rolling up now on holding point Alpha, runway 22, which is the second holding point. There's another one further back, but obviously for us our rotate is at about 160. So it'll be a bit pointless for us to take a intersection takeoff. So here we are past holding point, so we've got landing lights on, strobe lights on, runway turn-offs, and nose lights coming to taxi, if I can find the click spot. There she is. So we'll just add a bit of throttle here, turn onto the runway. Come on, come on, come on. Use those CFMs. There you go. Now we're moving. Keep it moving, keep it moving. So I'll try to take as much full length as possible. I haven't really ever taken an Airbus off with this high of a V-speed. I mean, it's A321, so it's understandable. I've done my fair share of A321 flights, but not quite this high in the rotate. But it should be a cool takeoff regardless. I reckon we'll get some nice buzzsaw sounds out of here. Alright, we are fully lined up and ready to go. Had parking brake on because the plane was moving a little bit, but we should be ready to go. So, we'll put the throttle to around 40 to 50% in one. Not quite sure what the exact procedure is, but regardless. So, forward pressure on the stick. And there's Manflex 56 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Airspeed's alive, thrust is set. Passing 60 knots. You can see the wind has an effect on our speed there. There's 100 knots. Put the stick to neutral. Absolutely flying down the runway, just making sure I keep the center line. There's V1 rotate, shallow rotate since it's a very long aircraft. Don't want the tail strike. And there we go. Keep moving up, positive rate of climb, gear up, and there's nav as well. Absolutely beautiful. The wind already hitting us. see the lake in the background as well. Lovely. Just make sure we stay with this flight director even though the wind is hitting us around a bit. And there's thrust climb, so we'll set that there, thrust climb, climb. Right, we can get autopilot on now. So I press Z and then there's autopilot 1. Flight directors. Perfect, so we take our left turn here. Very beautiful. The Jura mountain range right here. And then you have Mont Blanc and the Alps on the left. That's why Geneva is one of the nicer departures and approaches. We'll definitely do another video on the approach into Geneva 100%. So through our transition out to 7,000 we'll go standard pressure. And we'll unarm the spoilers as well. Okay, very beautiful. One thing that does bug me in the Fenix is the cabin. The cabin lights always go to 100. At night flights it bugs me a lot because I'm a big wing view person. So I like to have a clear wing view. Well, that's just me being picky, I guess. There you go, so we're approaching 10,000, we can get the lights off, honestly. These can come off now, strobes stay on, beacons, everything else stays on. Alright, that was a beautiful departure out of Geneva. Now we're on our way up to our cruise of 370, hit 10,000, so we're going to let the speed go up and we'll continue our cruise. So from here, I'll let the cruise cinematics fly by, and we'll be back as soon as we're closer to Madrid on the descent. See you guys then. Okay guys, welcome back into the flight deck. We are now commenced our descent, well into it. Started out early. I decided I'd wait till we're a bit into the approach to go ahead and commence our kind of debrief for the arrival. So right now we're just commencing our right turn as we continue down into Madrid. As you can see, all our constraints all the way in for the ILS. So we can take a look, as we said before, at our Addons. What are we on? Terza 3 Zulu arrival. So we can go to our AFB here, where I have the charts up, just on this side here. And this is our arrival for today. So if I go to here, arrivals, and then go to our starred one, it'll pop up here. So right now we're taking our right turn at Terza 200. We're going to hit Mike Delta 540 at 150 or above. Then we'll join at Mike Delta 3535. That one's only 3 Zulu because we're coming from this way, so we're just joining essentially with the band of arrival. It's all the same. So we continue in via Nosco 140 or 100 or 10,000 feet, whichever you'd like to say. Optional hold here, but I doubt we'll take it. Continuing to Mike Delta 530, 10,000 still, and then Rude Beat at 8,000, and that'll be over to the ILS, which we'll go and check out now. So if we look at our arrival, nope, the approach here, so we're at ILS Whiskey runway 232 right. Let's go ahead and look for that. It's 32 left, is ILS Whiskey 32 right. Here we are. So we'll be coming from the left, as you said, from Ridby 8,000, and then we're going to join MD 570 7,000, 575 6,000, and then we join in for the ILS here. So we join in 5,000 feet to descend down to, and then we'll come straight down. We'll shit out the ILS at that point. I expect we will do. I'll be surprised if we didn't. Minimums we have at 2094. I did put. So 208 feet for the minimums. Go around. Altitude is going to be 6,000. It's fairly simple. We just climb our runway heading to MBB, which is the VOR, just in front. Then we turn left 290 and continue essentially on these instructions at 6,000, and then we'll join back this way for the ILS, ending up at Rofix. Shouldn't be a problem though. I expect we'll be okay all the way in. So through 170 we'll continue our descent. Yeah, essentially we just go down left here, we'll join for the ILS. Okay, we're getting closer to our destination here. So Madrid is down that way, I'm fairly sure. Don't know if the scenery is loaded in just yet, but we are about to hit Ruby. As we said, it's the last waypoint just before we join the ILS. So I have the landing systems on already. We're fairly close to our approach mode speed, so I'm going to do that fairly soon. Just sorry, approach phase speed. It's the green dot right here. I'm already at 220, so by the time we get to Mike Delta 750, 570, that might be handy for me. We'll see. We'll see how we do for speed. Alright, what I'm going to do next is just get approach mode on so we can get the localizer nice and early, and we'll have 5,000 by Foxtrot India 32 right, so we'll be okay. Right, so now I'm going to go ahead and activate approach phase, get that speed coming down, which shouldn't be a problem. As you can see, our engines have idled themselves. Come down to around 200 knots. Just about. And then we'll go flaps 1 just before the ILS. I do like getting flaps down kind of early. Just to have speed. I just have speed as a priority. I know that altitude is okay, so that's not a problem for us. Just got a ding from the cabin again. Let's see what they say.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
There you go. Secure for landing. That's what we like to hear. Although I really do find them a little bit annoying, those cabin notifications, because sometimes they just don't pop up until you depart, but whatever. There's Madrid down there. You can see 3 reds, 1 white on the PAPI lights. So I'm gonna drop flaps 1 here, as we have space to. There you go, down they come. We'll get some drag along with that as well, which will let our speed come down nice and easy. A little bit windy. The winds did say 230 at 6, gusting to 18, which isn't that bad. Definitely had worse. but you know, it's still gusting. There's our glide slope, so we're perfect here for the approach. So as soon as the localizer is captured, we'll keep going down to 5,000, be able to get the glide slope, no worries. There's our turn in. Looking beautiful. We got some little cities in the little valleys down here, looking very nice. Wing flex in this plane is absolutely insane. I mean, the Fenix always blows me away on how realistic it is. It might be the most realistic plane we have in the sim. Although there are quite a few, so not too sure. There's the beautiful, and there's a football stadium. I think that's the Bernabeu down there. There you go, there's the airport. I will say that Madrid is a massive airport. You'll see when we land. It's the taxi is expected to be a very, very long one. So there comes our glide slopes. Actually, yeah, there we go, fully established. So we have fully established now. So we're going to set the go around altitude to 6,000, just in any case we need to go around, and we'll be on runway heading for that, if anything. So we'll wait till about 7.5 miles out. That's when I like to drop flaps to gear as well, so we'll just keep following the glide slope in. Alright, there's just around 7.5 miles. I'm not liking how the speed's coming up right now, so I'm going to drop flaps 2 and then gear down as well. 2,500, perfect. There's flap 2 and gear down. Speed's coming down nice and easy now. That increased drag with the gear down. I'm gonna arm the spoilers. Keep accidentally clicking the sunshade because the click spot's right in the middle here. That's fine. There's the massive airport. As you can see, we're going to be parking somewhere down there, which is we're landing here, so that taxi is going to be definitely fun. But yeah. So just about 5 miles out, I'm going to go flaps 3, just to increase our drag as well once again. Very beautiful approach. Also that crazy feature where the flaps start bouncing as well, that's insane. Anyone who's flown with 320 in real life knows that really does happen. So it's great to see. Alright, let's get configured nice and early. Go flap full so I can start flying the plane. There you go, that's us set for landing. And I think from here, good to... We'll do auto brake low. I also forgot to do that. Oops, whatever. Do auto brake medium. Why not? Why not? Disconnect the autopilot, and let's fly the plane. Just make sure we have little adjustments instead of over adjusting, especially in the A321. Crosswind from the left here, so we just make sure to keep the localizer. Try not to lose it. Make sure we also stay with the glide slope slipping a bit above us now, but at the same time, these winds you do balloon a lot, so you don't want to float up too easily. It should be calm for now. Wind's starting to not gust too much. Should be okay for us.
$1,000.
Checked. Make sure we can get that glide slope back. Don't want to let it slip too far away from us, don't want to come in too low. I'm just going to pitch up a little bit. As soon as we see that glide slope come back down, then we'll compensate.
500.
That's right, now we look good though. There's the glide slope coming back, so we can pitch down a little bit more now. Not too much, just so we have it equal. There's the land. Checked.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 520. Retard.
Coming down.
Drive.
There you go, nice and easy. Kick out of the crosswind, there's reverse green. And decel. Keep that center line alive. Definitely heavy on the auto brake, but that's alright, we can take a next exit on the left here. Should be coming up soon. As auto brake off, we can keep the plane rolling down. There you have it, welcome down to Madrid. After an hour 47. I reckon that was a decent landing. I think it was a tad bit late, but nah, nothing we can complain about. Alright, so we're gonna go to down at Terminal 4. I think we go to any of the 300 gates at Terminal 4. Let's see what GSX is. Terminal 4 north? Yeah, north will do. So, if we can get like gate 350. Perfect. 350. There we go with Iberia, I guess. That's fine. Now this is quite the lengthy taxi, so I'm not gonna put the whole thing in the video, but we'll taxi down to gate 350 and then we'll see when we're a bit closer by. Okay, after what felt like years of taxiing, we're finally here, Terminal 4, and we'll be just taking a right turn, and then 350 should be just down the road there. Take the second right onto Delta 13, not Delta 3. There we go, we got some static Iberia company down there. Alright, so we'll take this right here onto Delta 13. And then 350 should be just down here somewhere. I think we should be able to see GSX already ready to go. Yeah, somewhere down there. That taxi was a lot to handle. Okay, finally, here we are at our gate. I'm going to get the taxi lights off now that we're pretty much there, and I do not want to blind the ground crew. So let's see how good of a job we can do at taxiing, at parking here. Very long plane, so I'm just going to take this left turn just around now. I think we have our, yeah, we have the docking system as well, so It's already identified as A321, shouldn't be a problem. Going left, keep going left. Ooh, I think I've done pretty well here, to be honest. Let's see. I mean, in my book, that looks pretty good to me. I don't know what the 0.4. Okay, well, I mean, we're pretty much there. We can use the VDGS, the Visual Docking Guidance system that we have here. 40 feet, 30 feet, 20, 17, slow down a bit. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. There you go. Park and brake set. IPU is running, so engines coming offline. Hear that humming sound?
Cabin
There
crew
it is.
on.
Right, so all we have to do for the boarding is turn off the beacon light, and everything should start up, if I'm not mistaken. The jet should come through. There we go. Lovely. Alright, let's make sure we tick off all the company messages, everything in here, first of all. What do we have? Arrival message, arrival time of 2:16 or 1:16 Zulu. Local time, no, 2:16 Zulu, so 3:17, 3:16, yeah. Everything else good, so let's go and shut down the plane. We get the fuel pumps coming off, everything that was off can come off. Seatbelt signs off, keep the no smoking on, and the navs can stay on as well. So yeah, that brings us to the end of our flight here in very hot Madrid. Thank you for tuning in. If you did click on the video for the first one, hopefully more to come very soon. We'll have lots of different flights. I'll do any flight in any region, so we'll have lots of other ones planned. But yeah, today was a nice flight. 2 hours, nothing crazy. We'll try to get some long hauls on the channel maybe next time as well, but we'll find out next time. But if you tuned in, thank you for tuning in. And from me and Iberia 616, thank you for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.